Targus, a evolução de um avião tripulado a veículo oficialmente pilotado, está em análise pelo diretor da Indra, Javier Barcla Monterrano.
Well, hello everybody. First of all, I would like to thank to the organization, to the Air Summit, to the Ponte de Sor city and Apant for inviting Indra to show you something that probably is going to be the first time that you can see something like this. I'm not trying to say that we are the only people that is doing like this, but I have to tell you that it's the first time ever, at least in Europe, that a company now, through a program in the north of Spain, are developing an optional piloted vehicle. An optional piloted vehicle is mainly based in something already existing, an aircraft already existing, already piloted, already functioning, already certified, that is being transformed or is going to be transformed in an UAV, but maintaining the pilot inside. Okay, so you can operate in both types, with the pilot as a usual aircraft or as an UAV. So in this case, what you are solving are many things around certification and many things about operation. So, well, first of all, I would like to tell you that there are already existing projects based in existing aircrafts or helicopters where some companies has been modifying type-certificated aircrafts or helicopters in unmanned vehicles. You have some examples with the F-16. You have some examples with different, Northrop Grumman, projects based in existing helicopters, and even existing aircraft like Piaggio that has been transforming in a male air passenger right now. Even more, you have another example from Sagem, the patroller, that are transforming an existing aircraft in a UAV. But what we are doing right now is transforming an existing aircraft already operative in Indra, that is including a maritime surveillance system, including different kind of sensors, and SAR radar, a synthetic aperture radar, a gyro-stabilized camera, an eyes to detect different kind of vessels, a data link allowing to you have video and data transmitting with more than 200 kilometers distance, and with an aircraft that is reliable, is really an aircraft that we decided to transform through different STCs with all these additional payloads. We developed a mission system, and a mission system taking all the information coming from the different payloads. We have the application, we developed the software in order to combine all this information to let you know what's going on with some observation through the radar, transmitting to the gimbal, transmitting through the data link to the corresponding ground control station. Okay, so we have done something before that after this we decided to transform in a UAV. I have to tell you that the aircraft selected was a Tecnan aircraft, a P2006T aircraft, 2 engines, Rotax engines, with thousands and thousands of hours and thousands of engines all over the world, and with a very, very low consumption, no less than 36 liters per hour. So, it was a combining thing with many inputs that allow us to have a very good solution for maritime surveillance and other kind of surveillance. Furthermore, we have been operating this aircraft like it is with Frontex, the European organization for frontier surveillance 1 year ago in the Triton operation. So we have something already developed. With this kind of aircraft, we can perform many different kind of missions. Nothing new that you have not seen before for other kind of aircrafts. But suddenly, what we decided is 2014 and 2015, we decided to transform by ourselves this aircraft in an unmanned aircraft and an optional piloted vehicle. And in a specific period of time, government of Galicia, the Xunta de Galicia government, they decided to launch a request for proposal where many different companies from all over the world were bidders over there, saying that, well, we want to have something new, mainly for civil UAVs, only civil UAVs. We are not talking about other things than civil UAVs. And you have to offer something new, some research and development regarding these areas. Well, we were competing for almost 1 year with big companies like ours. And we offer this project that we have already starting to develop. Well, we did before part of the design of conversion from the MRI to the OPV, some modifications through different STCs. And, we do some kind of adaptations. So by the time that we were offering to the Civil UAVs Initiative, that is the name of what is called this program in Galicia, in the north of Spain, we decided to include like this. Apart from this, there are another 2 lines for research and development. One of them is devoted to a maritime surface vehicle, not related with this at all, of course. And another one for a control mission and data processing center in order to receive all the information from the different UAVs to combine all of them. But this time, what I want to tell you is about what we are doing in this OPV project. So, we started to do that less than 1 year before. We are already in the Rosas Aerodrome in the north of Spain, in Lugo. It's an aerodrome coming from the 40s that has been operating as an aerodrome, private aerodrome, partially, and partially government aerodrome, that they have converted probably in the first civil aerodrome in the south of Spain regarding or devoted to these kind of things. You have segregated space. You have a direct channel to go to the north of Spain to the sea. So it's really a nice place to operate and to test all these kind of modifications. So now we are located over there. We are going to have our own hangar. We are working there with El INTA, that is the Spanish Institute for National Technical Aerospace. We are starting to do all the process to obtain all these things. I have to tell you that we have, testing part of this. We have started to talk with EASA, that, as other colleagues has said before, is probably the most important thing, part of the project, because EASA has to guide us, probably, what we have to do in order to have a certifiable or certificated aircraft. And in our conversations with EASA, they told us that they have started this with other big projects like Piaggio project or like Sagem project for other existing aircraft already certified, type certificated, and they are transforming to unmanned aircraft. But they say that, of course, it's the first time ever in Europe that somebody is, doing something like this. So now we are working with kind of STCs in order to reach a point where altogether we can define what is the way we are going to follow. It's like this, Just 5 minutes before, I have been talking with Mike Gleason from Eurocontrol. And it's clear, it's the first time that we are doing that. And probably it's not all the way already defined. And it's something that Well, probably we are pioneers. We are trying to do that. Probably not one or two other projects all over the world are doing like this. And now we are in this process of, define what is the way to reach a certifiable or certificated aircraft. Well, there are some advantages regarding other projects. That is that we already have a certified platform. Most of the times, one of the biggest problems is to have a certificated aircraft, type certificated aircraft. In this case, we already have. Well, all the performances, most of them has been already demonstrated. There are some STC's modifications for the payloads already done. So all this job has been done before. Of course, we are talking about easy training because we are going to maintain the pilot. So you have the pilot, you have the maintenance. It's an existing aircraft. All these things continue being the same. Of course, it's a reduction of development costs and reduction of these development terms. There is, of course, some disadvantages, that the design is already there, and, you don't have too many, freedom to change some kind of design of the aircraft. But what we have started to do, of course, is kind of suppression of the cockpit, putting just the analogic instead of the digital that we have, the Garmin, lightweighting of different kind of things that are not necessary because just one pilot is going to be there and just for a specific operations, probably to go to the operations theater where you are going to operate with that. Monitoring of engines, we are working on that. Electric systems, of course, autopilot, that is the core of the project that we are talking about an aircraft of more than 1,000 kilos, 11 meters length, okay? So, well, it's a big aircraft that, as I told you, I will tell you later on, is like a male. It's a big aircraft with a big endurance. We are reaching almost 10, 11 hours of endurance because of this reduction of weight and many other things around. Okay, so, well, we are, transforming many different things regarding data links, regarding some cameras to, not for piloting, but to know what's going on around, and of course, of the part of all the parts of the servos and actuators. I have to tell you, it's a hard project. It's not easy to do all these things that we are now involved in the project. But what I want to tell you is that this project has been reached because of an initiative like the Civil UAVs Initiative, that is a kind of private, public-private innovation procurement with something that probably is going to be in the future one of the main wave of actions to develop these kind of things. Well, perhaps this can be a kind of exported to Portugal, thinking about things to do, to implement and to develop and to start a process to have different things that perhaps you don't have here yet, okay? But, well, I have to tell you, this project, as it is part with a mission system that is coming from a manned aircraft, but it's a mission system that can be, of course, integrated in any single unmanned aircraft, okay? So all these things are already there. And as you can see, there is a ground control station, quite similar to other ground control stations that you have in unmanned vehicles. There is even another specific command and control, system in order to have the first testing. And, we are offering different kind of center mission and data processing. But the way to link this with the Civil UAVs Initiative that I told you is that the government of Galicia, the Xunta of Galicia, they said, well, we want to develop some specific projects, but we want to implement all the solutions in things that we have already done. So they started to talk with the different departments in the Galician government, and they say, well, please let me know about the challenge that you want to cover with aircrafts or with vehicles and manned vehicles like this. And as you can see, they are talking about things that now are already done by manned aircrafts or manned helicopters, and they wanted to do that with this kind of vehicles. So in the civil part, it's something that has to be done in the next future, but the only problem, as many people today has said, is that the normative and the permits and all these things are quite difficult to obtain. In the meantime, in Rozas Aerodrome, that is the place where we are located right now, we have the place to test all these things. But at a specific point, we will have to get more permits to go to specific places. This is the reason of OPV. I think that the future, part of the future, is passing by the OPV solution. You are flying like an aircraft to the place where you can operate as a UAV. Of course, if you have segregated space, you are flying. But it's really a difficult thing, okay? It's a really difficult thing, and I know that it's not going to be an easy way. So what Galicia government said is, well, we want to cover all these different challenges with different applications and different vehicles. So they launched this contract not only with one company, but with two companies. Indra is in one side, and Babco INAER, former INAER, is in the other side. Babco INAER is taking care of some applications that is going to take the data from the different unmanned vehicles. They are going to implement with some software and applications that are going to run in the data processing center that we are going to have in Rozas. Okay, so it's a mix of different things, and they want to operate like this in the next future, combining with the existing things that they already have. So, well, at the end, what you can see is that most of the things that now we are doing with manned aircrafts, manned helicopters, could be done with this kind of vehicles. The problem is that, well, you have to have the opportunity of using this kind of vehicles already developed to show, the people that is funding and putting money over there and say, well, in the next future, we will be able to do that. But not only this, that is something much more important of all the things that I have said before. What government of Galicia wants to have is a kind of technological area where all the Galician companies and industry, big, small, and any kind of university, academia, has to be involved in the project. So one of the requirements of the procurement was to involve at least with 50% of the budget Galician companies, media, university, and all the people involved. Okay, so Indra right now has 15 partners over there working with us, participating in this kind of project. This is something that can be done in Portugal, can be done here, perhaps, I don't know, but it's something to think about that in the future. With this, you take advantage, and perhaps in 20 years, 30 years, you are talking about a center where all these companies are working around with facilities, testing area, and many other things. This is what they are looking for. So Xunta de Galicia, what has done is something new in Europe. Nobody before has done something like this, involving big companies, but attracting small companies from the area to learn, to work, and to develop in the future things related with these things, with unmanned aerial vehicles. So, I invited all of you in Portugal to think about how perhaps you can do something like this. It's quite difficult because you need, of course, the funding, you need the people involved, but I can tell you, they have done, and they have done 3-4 years to implement everything, and now we are working on this. So, well, mainly this is what I want to tell you. Perhaps I will need another 30 minutes to tell you more specific things about what we are doing. But I wanted to transmit that projects like this, not only the Targus, that of course is a big project, but the idea of, civil UAVs initiative is something that can be done in another country, in another city like Portugal or perhaps like Ponte de Sor. Thank you very much for your time.